talked about how you enlisted the help of Johnny Rocker, Johnny Depp, and Ollie shortly after creating 2 demo tracks. What were those demo tracks?
Historic version of Battle Cry, which is the first song on our new demo. It was back then I was putting double bass on everything, fills everywhere, just throwing ridiculous leads over the top of everything. It was overdone. Everything was way too fast, way too crazy, with not a lot of distinction, and it was cool, and people liked it. They liked the riff, but I thought, oh man, if I could just slow it down a tad, I could just slow it down a tad, and add a little more oomph to it, a little more clarity, dynamics, basically is that word again, and it turned out great, and the rest of the riffs, it's in a key of A minor, and it's pretty self-explanatory how those kind of riffs come out, if you're musical at all, and it came out great, and that's our opening song. The other song didn't have a title. We haven't reworked that into the set yet. That one's a little more technical, I guess you could say, a little more melodic, more the Maiden kind of stuff, the harmonies. It'll probably pop up at some point, or I'll do what I'm also famous for, and chop it into pieces and sprinkling it across other parts of other songs. Stealing riffs from myself and stuff. I think everybody kind of does that, but yeah, they probably will never see the light of day unless you're really cool, or I'm really drunk and you're here at my house and I play it for you.
Yeah. That's how he pretty much recruited me. He put it up on MySpace. At the time, I spent more time on MySpace than I do on Facebook. Now I hardly ever go to my MySpace page. And he was just like, Johnny Rocker, please listen to this, and love to have you come on down and put vocals down. Please say you can make it so. Took one listen to it and went, yeah, I'm down. I'll come on down and throw some vocals down, on your recording. And
that's when we re-recorded it and morphed into the next.
And then I found out that it was Ace here, and she had known him for 6 years and wanted to work with him, but well, he was doing death metal while I was still doing more 80s style, metal, and so this was a beautiful little combination in between spot, and because I'd started becoming more and more into the European power metal, which but wanting to mix that sound with some 80s, just good street metal. And here it was already being like laid out in my lap, and next thing I know, yeah, we're in there, and we slowed things down just a hair, but kept the just meanness of the song, the meat of it, just gave it a lot more dynamics, and it became Battle Cry, which I gave it kind of a European epic, Blind Guardian-y, J.R. Tolkien-y type lyrics onto that one. We recorded it, put it out there, and a lot of people like it. And granted, I'd like to go through and just do a few more, mixing stuff, because we're just recording on the computer right now. But eventually we'll get into a studio and we'll have it all perfect, really, really good. Like right now, it's good. I mean, you can go listening to it, cruising down the street, and enjoy every bit of it. It's just not
get on the radio.
produced.
We need to get us. Yeah. You
It
can only
is
do
just
so
not.
much with a computer. Yeah, we need to get into a good studio, find a label that's willing to give us a recording budget, and get it.
What do you hope to accomplish musically in the next 3 to 5 years?
Record shows.
Yeah,
merchandise.
record a couple albums, have ourselves a decent merchandise table. Hopefully get picked up, even if it's just by a small label that's willing to help out with some of the finances, as far as like the promoting and recording goes. Maybe do a couple festivals, possibly even open up for a bigger band when it comes to town. I would open for Motley Crue. I would do it just for their signature. gas money.
And the thing too is, like, in the '80s, there was the big bands, the Motley Crues, Def Leppard's, Poisons, but then there was the not as recognized, but still bands that left their mark, like Firehouse, like
Crocus.
Rough Cut, Crocus, bands like that. And if this is a second revival of '80s metal, so to speak, hair metal or whatever you want to call it, even if we don't make our dent at the top, like Steel Panther or those kinds of bands are right now, we can definitely, I think, make our mark even as something that was there, relevant even after we're gone. We can still make something that leaves a lasting impression.
How do you guys plan on accomplishing your goals?
Through the support of our fans and by building up even more fans. The more fans we have, the easier it will be to actually accomplish our goals, because it will give us a little more revenue through sales of our merchandise to actually be able to go into the recording studios and to put out more, put out albums, professional albums, and hopefully in 3 to 5 years we'll actually have a couple of professionally recorded albums out there that people really like. I would like to be able to comfortably do about 1 album a year to a year and a half.
Without stretching it or putting out filler, yeah.
And without working so much on writing new material that we lose our material that we already have and start not being able to go on out and do very many shows because we're working too much. We want to definitely go on out there, do as many shows as we can, remind people of what letting go of everything and partying their asses off, so to speak.
Yeah, it's
Are we
not
allowed to say asses here?
Except worse
I'm
than
not
that.
sure if we
Well,
should
and the thing
cuss
about
out.
it too is, we're not just a band we walk in the door, pay your money to go see, and you go home. We're a band that we're a functional. We have a purpose. We have something to say. It's not like some Nirvana shit that makes no sense. Some drug-induced lyrics like Tool, where you have to take acid to understand what the hell's going on. You listen to it. It is what it is. If it's party, it's party. If it's I got a broken heart, I got a broken heart. If it's I want to rock, I want to rock. It's pretty easy, but it's things you can take away, take home, and enjoy.
And there will even be songs about mending a broken relationship eventually in there. We want people to be able to relate.
So what keeps you going? Is it the money, the fans, or the love of the music?
I'd have to say the love of the music more than anything. I mean, while I love having a lot of fans coming on down, or a lot of people coming on down to the show and jumping around, but I would put out, this. I'd do it even if only one person was listening, even if that person was just me. If all we ever did was just came over here, jammed, recorded, and put it online, and that was it, just to see whether or not anyone would like it or not, that'd be perfectly fine with me.
And it's kind of, for me, it's like, when I write a song, I piece it together, and it's kind of like an experiment. I see, okay, is this going to sound good? And if it doesn't, I trash it. If it does, cool, I keep it. I like to think that I keep things that are worthwhile, but then actually going out on stage and performing it for people and having people singing lyrics back to us of our own music is incredible, and I never expected it. Like I said, I did the death metal, thrash metal thing. I've done that for 10 years, and it's rewarding, and it's fun, but I had worked so hard at it, and just to make a minimal dent. But now we're doing this. It's something that I just do for my own personal enjoyment, and it's starting to take off, and it's cool. It's just like a turnkey thing, and
We'll definitely have ourselves a full-length demo CD this year.
yeah.
That'll be recorded on our, on the computer and stuff. But as far as like a
Proper
studio album, where we actually go into a real studio and get everything, that'll probably be next year.
Was there anything else you'd like to tell the fans out
I
there?
want to say that if people want a good music scene, they got to help support it. If there's a band here in town, I'm there. If there's something catchy, there's people working hard, I'm there. We get a lot of people saying, "Oh, hey, can I get a free CD, free shirt?" Stuff like that. And sometimes I'll throw someone a bone, but if that's kind of stuff that happens all the time, then we won't make it anywhere. So people have to actually come to the shows. We got to make it happen. I'd like to see a grassroots thing start here, and I don't want to have to pander to a different scene to create my own scene. So if people in the Albany, Lebanon, Corvallis area can, because I know there's no shortage of people that like this kind of music. So if they would just get out and make it happen, then the whole thing would just grow from there. And so we'd love to see everybody come out to the shows, and we're definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. So.